I went to the thrift store. You want to see what I got? Well, hello and welcome back. I did not mean to be gone for this long, but yeah, the last month has been so busy and so crazy. A lot of just life stuff has gone on. Most of it really, really good. So the best news is I actually got a job, which is really exciting, and it's kind of my dream job, which is really exciting. I'm working right now as a freelance design artist, I guess, sort of. It's complicated and I'll explain it at another time, but anyway, it's been really, really cool. I love what I do. I had 5 events to design and run within a month, and so it was really busy. I had 1 week off in there, and I was so excited, and I had this video ready to go, and then right as I went to go export it, due to some silly goose behavior on my part, I deleted all of the footage. All of it. So it no longer exists. And I was really bummed because I really loved this video. Hello. And this is Athena, by the way, if you have not met my little kitty yet. She's very curious right now. So I ran 5 events, and then also I got horribly sick, if you can't tell. I'm not quite over it yet, but I am finally on the mend. It knocked me out for a good week. And again, I'm still not quite over it, but I'm finally on the up and up. So, and I felt well enough to leave my house, partially because I had such bad cabin fever. I was I'm tired of not being in the wild, which my introverted homebody self does not normally feel. But I decided to go and take a little thrifting trip. So I am going to show you what I got, and that's what we're going to do. But I deeply, deeply love thrifting. It is one of my favorite hobbies, one of my favorite pastimes, and I've been doing it for a long time. My parents were both really big into antiquing when I was a kid, so I don't really have much of a memory of never not being at some sort of antique mall or I don't know, some sort of thrift store. But I specifically remember the first time that I fell in love with thrifting. I think I was probably 10 or 11, and we had recently moved to a house in the downtown area of the city that I live in. And I remember, again, I don't know, it was the 90s. The world was different then, but there was about 3 blocks away from my house this incredible thrift store. I think about this thrift store all the time, and because this was it would have been 1997 or 1998, and I remember oh my gosh, there was just a whole wall of just 50s and 60s palm presses, a whole wall. Can you imagine now being able to walk? This wasn't a vintage shop. This was a full-on just thrift store, and there was always super cool things in there. But I remember the very first time we're newly in this area, I went on a walk at 11 or 10 or whatever, and I remember walking in there, and I'm just I had always loved vintage fashion and everything, but I got excited because as I was going through the dresses in the girls section, I found, and you're not going to believe it, the American Girl. How they used to make the big kid or the kid size dresses of the doll stuff. So I had Samantha, and I loved Samantha so much, but I also loved Molly, and I really wanted Molly. And I found Molly's school pinafore, the little plaid pinafore. It was so cute. And I remember finding it in this thrift store, and I'm freaking out, and I grabbed it and hid it in this far corner or whatever, and I bolted back home, and I just throw the door open, and I'm Mom, and I scream, and my mom's freaking out, and then I tell her, and she's we're going. And so we went back over, and I think it was probably $5, and I think it fit me for all of 6 months or something, if that. But I was so excited, and that was the moment where I was wait, I'm sorry, you can go into a store that's really cheap and find really good stuff? Sign me up. As I've gotten older, and as my views on fast fashion and and sustainability and trying to live like as gently and calmly and as sustainably as I can, thrift stores have become like a really big deal in my life, where it is the primary place I get almost everything. I buy a lot of Christmas presents there. I buy home goods, clothing, fabric, anything I could find. I really, really, truly love thrift stores, and I cannot explain enough how much I love them. I think part of it is the adventure of like, ooh, what am I going to find today? Like there's a little bit, feels like exploratory, and I think my little archaeology loving heart is like, this is as close as I'm probably ever going to get to like an archaeological dig, and I'm always finding really cool things there. But I've also gotten really, really good at being very selective when I do bring into my home. Clutter really overwhelms me, and like non-aesthetic clutter, let me put it that way. But I don't want just like a lot of random stuff everywhere. And so I want to make sure that things I'm bringing into my home have a place, and are things that I really want, or things that I really need, or things that I'm actually going to use. So all that to say, I, like I said, felt well enough to leave my house today. So I decided to go take a little jaunt to the thrift store, and I'm going to show you what I got. I didn't get a whole lot, but I did get the things that I did get. I really love. So I'm very excited to show you. Okay, so the first two things that I got they're really pretty. They're kind of silly, but I actually went with my sister today, and we have been trying to find artwork for a gallery wall that we want to put together in our house. And we saw these, and I was like, wait, do you love them? And she was like, I love them. And I was like, okay, cool, then we agree. So there's these two art prints, and they don't appear to be super old, but they do appear to be somewhat old. But this is the first one. It's this beautiful, like, Edwardian butterfly girl. Very excited. As you can see, it was $12.99. And then there was another one. I did look to see if they had more, because if they had more, I would have bought them. And this one's like, Edwardian does like Renaissance flower fairy, I guess. I don't know. I'm obsessed with them. They're so pretty, and they're the like paperback with the wire. The wire looks pretty old. I don't know how old they are. Anyway, I thought they were both so pretty, and they kind of go with a lot of the like other art and vibe that we have going on for this gallery wall. So I was like, you know what, let's do them. And we both really love them. So, okay, next I will show you the like textile items that I got. So I got one piece of fabric and one curtain that will be a piece of fabric. They're both not super duper exciting, but the first is this really pretty brown, and I'm pretty sure it's cotton velvet, and it looks, I know that this doesn't look like a lot, but I just bought a pattern for making like a underbust corset belt, and I actually think this is probably just enough for the outer layer, and otherwise I do have another idea of something I can do with it. But it was $3. It was, which a little bit on the pricier side for this little bit of fabric, but this is really beautiful, like a rich chocolatey brown. The light in here is fading, so it might be hard to see, but yeah, I thought it was so pretty, and I was like, for $3, oh, I'll take the gamble. And then the next one is, this is 100% cotton. It's just a curtain panel, but it has this really cool, beautiful, kind of linen-y texture through it. And I'm going to the Ren Fair next weekend, and I have plenty of things to pick from, but I had a dress that I really want to make, but if I don't have time to make that, I have another like outfit that I'm thinking about making, and I want to make a white men's 18th century style shirt. And sorry, my cat has found the thrift store bag. Anyway, and I have a couple of different like shirt options or fabric options that I could have used for it, but I really wanted something that was this like slightly off-white and more texture to it. And so when I saw this, I was like, wait, It was actually kind of perfect. Really? Soot. You're not the star of the show. He really is, though. It's true. Anyway, long story short, this ended up being, they raised their prices on things, which I won't comment on. Oh wait, this actually wasn't that bad. It was $6.99, which again is a little hefty, but there's probably 2-ish yards here of fabric, and it's 100% cotton. And I couldn't have gotten that at a fabric store. Not that there's many left anymore. But yeah, so I couldn't have gotten it for that. Soot! Will you stop? I could not have gotten this much fabric for that price at a fabric store. So, all in all, these are big wins. Thanks. Hi. Yeah. I want to be on camera too, Mom. I want to be the star of the show. Don't show everybody the goods. It's impolite. Okay. Hi. Yes. Oh, no, don't eat my camera. No, don't eat that. Okay. Next up are the 2 clothing items I got, which I'm pretty excited about both of them. I don't actually thrift a lot of clothes these days, mostly because I make most of my own, but also just because I find that the quality of clothing in thrift stores has really gone down. I swear half the time I find something that I'm like, this is kind of cute. Is it Shein? And it's Shein. And that's just, it's so annoying. But yeah, so I did find 2 pieces of clothing that I'm really excited about. And both of them are a little different from me, but it is summertime, and my sartorial choices during the summer are really geared at, I live in Southern California and it's hot as balls here. So what can I do to make my life better? So I got a dress and I got a romper. I know that threw me for a loop too. So first up is this dress. It is rayon, which is not my favorite material in the world, but anyway, I love this dress. It is so just pretty and flattering, and I just noticed it looks like somebody took it in, but it has pockets, which I was really excited about. The straps are adjustable, which is really good because I have just a really short torso. No, nobody took this in. I'm just silly. But it's like one of those dresses that are cut in gores, so it's the pieces come out, they are shaped. I don't have, you'll see me trying it on. Anyway, but I love this print. My little goth heart just can't skip a good dark floral, and this felt like my version of a slip dress, and I was like, man, I feel like I could use this. I could put a corset top over top of it, or I could layer it. Yeah, I don't know. I have a lot of ideas on how to style it and make it fun and cute and quirky for the summer. But yeah, I really, really liked it, and I didn't expect to, and it was a little pricey. It was $11.29, which feels like a weird price in general. But anyway, it was so pretty. It looks like it's barely been worn. So yeah, that's my cutie little dress find. I'm just so excited to wear it. It's also the perfect length too. That, I'm really into this length right now. So I was very, very excited about that. And then next was this little romper outfit, which, I didn't button let me do that really quick. I actually think this is a Walmart brand of all places, but it's really good quality. It's just denim. But it's this cute little romper, shorts. There's front pockets, there's back pockets, and then there's this little waist tie. It's got an elasticated back. Years ago, I'll see if I can find a picture of it. I don't know if it still exists. But years ago, I used a vintage pattern and then a pattern from a indie pattern company to make like a 40s style little like romper thing, and it was so cute. I was so self-conscious in that all the time for no reason. I mean, I know why, but I was like, I just felt so self-conscious in it, and so I didn't wear it as often as I really would have liked to. But it was one of my favorite like summertime outfits to wear. I remember wearing it a couple times in college and people being like, "They're so cute," and yeah, it was super cute. And this reminded me of it. And I forgot, it has this cute little like keyhole thing in the back. It's very, very darling. And I'm really excited to play around with it, especially like with my new job. I am running around all the time. I'm working on all kinds of artsy projects, and I was like, this is something that I feel like would look adorable covered in paint splotches. So I wouldn't feel bad wearing it like to work when I'm working on projects, and also like I'm trying to find things that I can wear where I'm like, I feel cute and put together, but I also don't mind getting messy. And I did try it on. It was really hard to try on at the thrift store because I was wearing a skirt, but I did try it on, and it looks like one of the like styles where I could wear it with a shirt or without. So I'm very, very excited to play around with this, see how I can style it. I think it's so cute. And I love, the other thing too is like I really like shorter inseam shorts, and they are hard to find in plus size clothing. Let me tell you, everybody's like, no, you gotta cover your legs, and I'm like, buddy, I got great legs, I don't want to cover them. So anyway, very excited, very fun. So last but not least are the home good items that I bought. Now, technically one of these is not really a home good, and it's also not for my home, but it's actually like something I bought for work to use in a display I'm setting up right now. We're advertising a kids camp that's all like camp themed. So I had been looking around. I thought I had a pair of like vintage binoculars, and I was like, couldn't find them. So I was really bummed, and then I was trying to find some like cute kitty ones, but it didn't really go with the vibe, and I didn't like it. And then I literally walked into the thrift store today and found these like really nice binoculars. They actually are genuinely really nice. And somebody tied adorable purple yarn to it, which makes it work. So I needed them. I got them. It fit. They were a little pricey. They were $10. But beggars can't be choosers, I guess. Anyway, they seem to be really nice binoculars, and I can use them for other things. And yeah, they're going to be on a display at least for the next couple of weeks. So that was the first thing that I found. And then the second thing I found, now I know I said earlier that I tried to be really, really cautious about making sure that whatever I bring into my home, I know what I'm going to do with. And I'm going to be honest, I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but this is a great basket. It is. I love a good basket. Man. And I'm going to be honest, it was $4.50. And that was a big persuasive reason why I bought it. My cats are obsessed with this basket. I need you to know. I keep having to like knock them aside because they just want to smell this basket. I don't know what was in the basket, but the cats are big fans. So anyway, I am constantly always like finding little things to do with baskets, and I love this one. I like it. I think it'd be cute as a centerpiece. I think it'd be cute with fruit in it. I don't know. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it, but I was like, for $4.50, I feel like I can justify buying one basket that I don't quite know what I'm going to do with yet. But I don't know. Maybe I'll hang it up. Maybe, I don't know. It's a great basket. I really like this basket. So I also use baskets a lot in my job, so I could always take it there too and use it there. But I'm probably going to use it here. So we'll see. And then last, but certainly not least, I did in fact check off a thing on my to thrift list that I'm so excited about. I have been wanting one of these for a while now, and I've seen other people like thrift them all the time. Technically, I was looking for a wooden one, but I'm not mad about what I found. It's not wood. But I've been looking for one, I mean, probably at least a year. I've been like, man, I really want one. And every time I go to a thrift store looking, and I happened to like today be like walking around, and I just like scanned past it and did the double take and was like, what? Did I really find it. And I showed my sister and I was like, should I get it? She was like, get it. So I did. Again, this was almost $10. It was $9.50. But it's a mortar and pestle. And it's the marble one. Like, I was hoping for a wood one. But this guy's a marble one. I am so excited. I love it. I was so excited. This was like the thing I was most excited that I thrifted today. So yeah, I love it. I tend to use a lot more of like whole herbs, and so I've been wanting mortar and pestle to be able to like crush them and to use for tea making and all kinds of stuff. I am so excited. If nothing else, it's going to look beautiful on my counter. So yeah, I'm pleased as punch with this little my $10 mortar and pestle. It's a really nice one too. So, and it doesn't look like it's really been used very much, but I'm pretty excited. So that is my haul, and I'm pretty excited by it and pretty pleased with it. All in all, my total, hold on, let me see. Let's see if I can do the math here. It doesn't tell me. I think my original total was like $75, but I had a coupon for like 30% off or something like that. So I ended up only paying, I think my whole total was like $56, which I feel like $50 at a thrift store is like a good thereabouts, you know? I don't like spend, really? So it's also very excited by this whole thrift haul. All the smells, all the good smells apparently. So anyway, I hope you really liked this video. I had a lot of fun thrifting today. I don't go very often anymore, so it's kind of nice when I get, you know, an hour or so to go and just peruse and look for fun little things and do my own personal excavation of the thrift store. And if you did like this video, then I hope you will stick around. If you'd like, subscribe, comment. If you'd like to see more of these little thrift hauls, let me know down below in the comments. And yeah, what is your favorite thing that I got today? And I want to know, what is like your dream thrift item? What is like the thing at the top of your list that if you could ever find in a thrift store, you could die a happy person? That is what I want to know from everybody. Personally, for me, I honestly think it'd be a pair of like 70s campus boots by Fry. I love them so much. I've wanted a pair since I was a teenager, but I have meaty calves. So a pair that actually fit my calves. That's what I want. What is happening? These cats are driving me crazy. Anyway, but yeah, a pair of like Fry campus boots in my size fit over my very muscular calves. That is, oh my gosh, if I can find that, I'd die a happy woman. But yeah, that's mine. I'd love to hear yours, and I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. I love this dress. What? You should go over there. You should go. You should, because you're in the way. Oh, hi, buddy. Mwah. Hi.